Imagine you had a great idea and shared it with the world. To make it a better place. To make it cleaner and quieter. To make people more comfortable. Businesses more successful. The world more connected. Would an idea that great ever fly? It will, and like nothing else. Boeing, forever new frontiers.
You talk too much. I can't believe the things that you say.
Mitch McConnell, Steny Hoyer, Joe Biden, Lindsey Graham,
Charlie Rangel, David Obey, Henry Waxman, Brent Scowcroft, Harold Ford Jr.,
Roy Blunt, Dennis Kucinich, Barbara Boxer, Trent, Lott.
Madam Speaker.
I'm saying two things. We will always support the troops who are there. If the president wants to expand the mission, that's a conversation he has to have with the Congress of the United States. But if the president wants to add to this mission, he is going to have to justify it.
Do you want to use that power of the purse?
I want to use it in terms of whether or not we should fund this escalation, if in fact that's what the president does.
If the president recommends what we seem to believe he's going to recommend, I intend to support him.
What about your colleagues, though?
I think there will be some who will and some who won't.
I think it makes sense to wait and see what the president actually proposes, what he says. I want a plan. I want to know how this surge will occur.
I see this as one of the last chances for the Iraqi people to secure their future with us as a principal partner.
I assume it's unlikely you'll try to stop it. Well, am I wrong about that?
But you're probably right, but I think it's too early to say that. Right. After all, there are going to be many, many hearings.
All waste, fraud, and abuse of government spending is our top priority, and starting February 6th, we're going to have a week of hearings on waste, fraud, and abuse of taxpayers' dollars, and Iraq will clearly be one of the major focuses of that hearing.
We've tried this policy twice in the last 12 months.
In all honesty, we are not winning. And if you're not winning, you're losing. And now's the time to come up with a strategy to win.
Let me put it as bluntly as I can. You could put a soldier or a Marine on every street corner in Baghdad, but until they make the tough political decisions, I don't think it's going to make a difference.
And what I've said to the new majority leader, you won the election, fair and square. You're in the majority. It is not my first goal every morning to get up and make you look bad. So we want to see if we can't advance the ball on a number of significant issues.
This is balancing the budget by 2012. Is that possible?
Well, it's not possible if you start out with phony economic assumptions that don't get you there. It also isn't possible to get there if you insist on providing $1 trillion in tax cuts paid for with borrowed money.
Asking Vice President Cheney to testify?
Well, I have no plans at the present time to ask him to testify, nor do I have any plans to issue any subpoenas. It was disgraceful the way the Republicans handled their investigation of Clinton.
So politically, I'm not prepared to say what's on the table, what's off the table.
Does that include making President Bush's tax cuts permanent?
When you get to 2010, my age prohibits me from speculating as to what's going to happen in 3 years.
We're saying is Democrats propose tax cuts for middle-income families. And we want to have pay-go, no new deficit spending. We're not going to start with repealing tax cuts, but they certainly are not off the table.
I'd like to cut taxes for the families who are struggling with the kids with college tuition and the rest. But I certainly don't think we should extend tax cuts to people earning over millions of dollars. Ridiculous. They don't want it. They don't need it.
I think the idea of raising taxes,
even on the wealthy,
look, it's in the eye of the beholder. For instance, let's begin by seeing if we can't give some additional incentives to small businessmen and women.
The Democrats' very narrow margin in the House and their one-vote margin in the Senate is going to require practical politicians to be bipartisan on some issues where they can. It's not going to be natural. It's not going to happen all the time. We're not going to have a spring of bipartisanship.
If Democrats perform well, the Democratic candidates will look better in 2008. If they're unable to produce and deliver on some of the main issues they campaigned on, it will hurt the Democratic slate in 2008. Regardless of this memo, there'll be a McCain memo and a Romney memo and
I am running for president.
Are you filing for exploratory committee?
I'll file an exploratory committee before the month is out.
This month?
This month.
And you're going to take on Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and all other comers?
I'm going to be Joe Biden, and I'm going to try to be the best Biden I can be. If I can, I got a shot. If I can't, I lose.
Wolf, there's money there right now that we can use to start the process of bringing our troops home, and money that can be used to start the process of bringing in an international security force. But we have to make a determination that we're not going to let this war continue. And the Kucinich plan that I'm introducing tomorrow is going to provide for that movement.
Joe Biden, Lindsey Graham, thanks.
He plays well in South Carolina.
Is that an endorsement?
I don't want to hurt his chances.
You talk too much. I can't believe the things that you say.
Imagination is the bridge to the future. Going, forever new frontiers.